Photo books in the digital days are very important because photo books are generally important, and digital and analog work together in the photo book itself. We produce on digital devices and produce analog. So the importance of the photo book is not a question about digital or analog. It's more about that the photo book is becoming a very, very important expression within photography, within general photography. So the photo book opens a new world of telling stories, narrations, documentations for everybody in the world. And reading photo books is like participating on a global visual Esperanto. So read photo books. The correlation between photo books and photo culture is that I think right now photography is turning into something very new. Everyone today is becoming a photographer. Everyone nearly has a camera. And the expression with pictures and visual photography is becoming very important. So the question is how to share, how to tell, how to communicate and distribute your own photography. So the photo book is taking over a classic culture of the single print in the photography world. And because so many people can participate, can produce photo books right now, it's changing the photographic culture itself. Means at the end, the photo book is in the center. It's maybe the most original medium for expression in photography. Oh, I see it very optimistic. It's now a few years ago from my first visit and the first workshop in Indonesia. And everything developed more than exciting. The first spirit we gave and me into the Indonesian photographer scene to focus on books and look for good productions and great photo book making-offs went quite well. I can remember when I was here the first time, we did a nice first dummy versions for the participants. And then a crowd, this crazy photo book crowd here in Indonesia, they founded a Facebook group of Buku Photo. There are now like thousands of people interested. And I love the power, I love the spirit, and I'm very much looking for the near and further future. From my view, from Germany and from Europe and more from the Western world, who is also quite crazy about photo books and makings and publishing and blogging and reviewing, but in the end is creating a global photo book culture. I see that here the audience on one hand and the power is it's very, very strong. And it's quite open-minded, which I love a lot. It is not like one circle, which photographer buy books from other photographers here. Photo books as a part of a general culture and a visual culture feels for me a little bit more important. Looking on the Japanese photo book world, we have to see that the difference between Indonesia and Japan, and maybe in the middle Germany with Europe, is something on the first view very, very far away from each other. Japan, on one hand, has a long, long, long tradition in making photo books. Before the Japanese ever made prints to museums and galleries, they were crazy on making books. So they have right now the most developed photo book culture in the world. The Germans are a little bit in the middle. We did a lot of input, we had a lot of publishers. In the 20s we had the golden times, and especially we also founded the first photo book festival, we founded a Fotobuch Museum. But to compare the German and Western view with Japan, on the other side, there's not incredible great innovation. It has a high standard. But the advantage for Indonesia is you can build up this photo world, and these people are involved in photo book making and photographing and everything, it is a great option. It's a great population, it's a lot of interest, and you can use the photo book in the way where it is exactly the most perfect way, as visual literature. So here is also an audience which we have to find in Europe more and more, which is very difficult. Japanese, a little bit more on this island, try to do their best. But here I see the future and the options to use the photo book in many different ways as a part of a general culture. I see this is a golden future here, and so let's look forward for this.